this. We kind of missed this one, so we're kind of a little late, but this one was just, it was funny to me. So Fox News and Trump were all hot about this. So in the stolen documents trial, where he stole all the top secret documents, the sort of espionage trial in Florida, it's a federal trial. Walt Nauta, who's one of the co-conspirators on that, who worked for Trump, he tried to get the judge to dismiss his case, and they took it to court and to do this dismissal. And so Jack Smith, who's trying the case, the prosecutor, the special prosecutor, he brought in all the evidence and of Walt Nauta doing stuff, and he brought in the search warrant and and we'll get into a little bit of that. But part of the search warrant had on it that the use of deadly force authorization, which is on the search warrant. But they spun that as they're trying to assassinate Trump. Biden's trying to kill Trump. And we're going to jump in with Jesse Waters trying to make that point. It's just stupid.
Fox News alert, a major bombshell in the Trump documents case. The FBI authorized the use of deadly force during the Mar-a-Lago raid. This according to documents filed by Trump's legal team. Agents in unmarked polo shirts planned to bring standard issue weapons, ammo, handcuffs, medium and large size bolt cutters, and even lock-picking equipment as they prepared to go door to door at Mar-a-Lago. And they did, ransacking Melania Trump's bedroom along with Barron Trump's bedroom. The FBI also took extensive photographs of Melania and Barron's rooms for no apparent reason. Think about this for a second.
All right, hold on. Can we just stop there for a second?
Go ahead.
So, in case y'all didn't notice, Melania's room and Barron's room.
Mm-hmm.
Who has their own bedroom here?
All of them. Oh, we've known for a while they sleep in separate bedrooms. She doesn't sleep with Trump.
No, she did once, unless they did it scientifically.
Well, I'm sure she's done it a couple times, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why she didn't care about the affairs, as long as she didn't have to do it. Right?
Listen, she's probably, like, paying them herself, man, through her allowance or something.
Yeah, we'll see. I still think it's funny. They came in with bolt cutters and lock-picking sets. Yeah, because sometimes you got to get into doors. Sometimes people don't cooperate.
Oh, my God.
They brought standard issued guns. Yeah, they're required to carry them.
And they're finding the porn under the teenager's mattress.
Well, here's the thing, though. This is what's so funny. So, yeah, I'm sure, yeah, they've got his Playboy. Here's what's so funny to me. Okay, I'm an ex-cop. I've been on that. I've written warrants before to have judges sign them and whatnot. So the use of deadly force thing. So in a warrant, it's standard to have that in there, but it restricts your use of deadly force. It's not the same as when you're on the street. Because in this case, there are a lot of you, you're armed, you know, so you have to be more cautious. So you can only use deadly force, right, in the instance, when you're serving a warrant, in the instance that the person is an imminent threat, I mean, serious threat, like serious physical injury, death, to somebody else or you. That's the only time you can use it in that scenario. And imminent being the key word there, because it changes the stakes for the use of force. So it actually restricts what you can do as a police officer in a warrant. Now, what's funny about this is the warrant was issued a couple days. They notified Trump's lawyers a couple days before they went there. Right? Because they didn't assume that he would try to hide documents. They assumed it was going to be like everybody else they've ever done this to, where they just give over the documents. Because Biden just gave, when Biden found him, he just gave them over. And then when they searched Biden's house, they just took everything. Biden just let him in. And furthermore, Biden, when they searched his house, when he had documents, same warrant, same deadly force clause. It's boilerplate. It's boilerplate. right? So Biden's not trying to kill him. It's all bullshit they're making up. But it's also interesting because it really distracts from the big thing that's happening here, which isn't the deadly force thing, or that they searched the place or took photos as evidence. It's not like they released the photos of Melania Barron's room. They're evidence, right? But this is what they were trying to hide. And so here's Alex Wagner, and she's going to cover this a little bit. This is what that whole thing about the deadly force thing was trying to cover up, was this.
Despite all of those facts, right-wing media is picking up this lie that Joe Biden wanted to kill Donald Trump down at Mar-a-Lago, and they are running with it.
This was an attempted assassination attempt on Donald John Trump.
Why was Merrick Garland prepping for a possible, shootout? Why did agents roll up, guns at the ready?
Maybe they wanted the engagement of physical force.
Deadly force. Does that mean that Joe Biden was authorizing the FBI to if it came to that and he resisted arrest, it would be okay to kill Donald Trump?
So anyway, I just wanted to show that clip. I forgot about that. But that was one of the clips. I wanted to go to the second part of her show. But I love that. No, Joe Biden didn't do that. The court authorized it. A judge signs a warrant. So a judge authorized it, and it was a standard warrant. So anyway, I want to go to this. This is what they were actually trying to cover up. My bad.
A shocking new revelation. Pay close attention to this.
It is quite shocking what we have been able to glean based on what Judge Cannon has released.
Newly released court documents revealing shocking details about the FBI's August 2022 raid on Mar-a-Lago.
If you turned on Fox News in the past 24 hours, odds are you heard that there is a shocking new revelation that just came out of some newly unsealed court filings in Donald Trump's classified documents case. Today, one of Trump's co-defendants in that case, his body man, Walt Nauta, was in court trying to get the case tossed out, which wasn't all that shocking. What was shocking were the two never-before-seen photos we got from one of the newly unsealed filings showing Walt Nauta moving boxes all around Mar-a-Lago. But that wasn't the revelation that shocked Fox News. No. These newly unsealed...
So that was what that was. So when he unsealed all that, when Jack Smith unsealed all that for this dismissal hearing, he unsealed it to show the judge, I've got photographic evidence of this guy moving top secret documents. 2 days before, right when they told Trump's lawyers that they were issuing a warrant they were going to serve, and they were going to serve at a time when they knew Trump wasn't going to be there, that same day they were notified, a few hours later, Walt Nauta's moving all these boxes, government boxes, to hide them. So it shows that he was complicit, actively complicit. That's what they were covering up with the whole, the deadly force thing. It's the look over here. That's how stupid they think their viewers are. And that's how stupid Trump thinks his followers are. It's that simple of a trick. It's the old, what was the bit, like, what was it? Gilbert Gottfried used to do that bit, like, where what was that? He was in a movie, it was the cops telling him, I got to arrest you for all these unpaid parking tickets. And he's like, what? You got to arrest me? Look, you're holding those parking tickets in this hand. What if there was something in this hand that would make you forget about this hand? Like, what do you mean? Like, there'd be something in this hand and you'd be focused on that. You'd be like, what was in this hand? Oh, that's not important anymore because you'd be focused on this. You mean if there were like $400 in this hand? That's what this is. That's literally the... Look over there. Go ahead.
Exactly.
I know. Oh, it's such a shit show. It just cracks me up. But that was how they tried to duck that whole thing. It was just a joke. Let's see. Let's skip ahead on a little bit here. So, Merrick Garland, of course, then after this, had to get asked about this. So Merrick Garland's the Attorney General for the United States right now. He should be a Supreme Court justice, but he's not been doing great as Attorney General either, in my opinion. But oh well. Anyway, this is him. He had to respond to this nonsense, and I just like the way he does this because it's such a stupid thing. There was really no point to any of this. And it's just a waste of time.
The Attorney General, neither of them on topic.
I'm surprised.
I got most of us got a solicitation email this morning from the former President of the United States saying that the Justice Department had authorization to kill him during the Mar-a-Lago raid. First, can you give us some clarification on that particular point that he's making and whether or not deadly force is authorized in other interventions, including the search of Mr. Biden's residence and office? And the second question is...
Can I do one at a time? Okay. On that one, that allegation is false, and it is extremely dangerous. The document that is being referred to in the allegation is the Justice Department's standard policy limiting the use of force. As the FBI advises, it is part of the standard operations plan for searches, and in fact, it was even used in the consensual search of President Biden's home.
So I just wanted to
also this. Can you explain why the false allegations like?
Well, I don't know what that was. So I just wanted to point that out. Yeah, I mean they used that on Biden. They use it all the time. It's the standard search warrant. You don't really get creative with search warrants usually. They're pretty boilerplate. They're pretty basic.
This is not an exercise in creative writing.
No.
This is not, making new rules or legislation. This is just like, here's the form letter stamp,
Yeah, all you're really doing when you go into it is, like, I used to have the document saved, already typed out, and you'd go into it and you just like, okay, change the date, change the name of the person, change the address, change, and then, okay, what are we looking for? What's the circumstance? That's it. You change, it takes like a half hour. You change a dozen things, but otherwise it's all the same legal jargon.
It's like a lease on an apartment. Like they're just basically standardized and you just plug in,
There's nothing you have to do that makes it that complicated. But I wanted to think that so all that was really just to hide that Walt Nauta, all the damning evidence that Walt Nauta was working for Trump and was hiding documents for Trump. And so that didn't get dismissed. I'm sure Eileen Cannon wanted to, but she couldn't. But I also wanted, it was so funny about the Trump saying, Biden was trying to assassinate me because the FBI searched and they could use deadly force. Even though they searched when they knew I wasn't going to be there to make it convenient. So this is a really bad assassination attempt, if it is one. But
right, like assassins are waiting until you're gone.
But we're still waiting to hear about the Supreme Court hearing his immunity case, which they've kind of blown off. Hopefully we'll get an answer to that here in June. We'll see what they do. I bet they kick the can down the road even further. But part of their argument for presidential immunity is that a president should be completely immune, for the most part. And here was one of the arguments they made about whether or not a president could or could not assassinate their political rivals.
Because it's such a poignant moment that Judge Florence Pan asked of this very court. She had a litany of things, including selling military secrets, selling pardons, and ending with this huge hypothetical. Listen to this.
Could a president order SEAL Team 6 to assassinate a political rival? That's an official act in order to SEAL Team 6?
He would have to be and would speedily be, impeached and convicted before the criminal prosecution.
What if he weren't? There would be no criminal prosecution, no criminal liability for that?
Chief Justice's opinion in Marbury against Madison and our constitutional tradition and the plain language of the impeachment judgment clause all clearly presuppose that what the founders were concerned about was not...
I asked you a yes or no question. Could a president who ordered SEAL Team 6 to assassinate a political rival who was not impeached, would he be subject to criminal prosecution?
If he were impeached and convicted first. And
so your answer is no.
My answer is qualified yes.
So the argument they made in the immunity case is if you're president, you can order the military or whoever to go kill your political rival. And the only way you could be legally charged with that is after you've been impeached. which means the House has to vote to impeach you, and then 2/3 of the Senate has to vote to remove you. Which never happened. Right. So, Trump's saying, oh, Biden's trying to kill me, on one hand, which riles up his supporters, and that makes it dangerous, because then they're like, oh, well, you never know if one of them starts to go, well, we need to kill Biden. Get them before they get us, kind of thing, right? And that's why Merrick Garland was saying that was dangerous. On the other side of the coin, the other hand, Trump's saying, oh, but I should be allowed to, when I'm president, kill whoever I want, whenever I feel like it, without any repercussions. So the president should be able to do that. So on one hand, he's saying the presidency, Biden should be able to kill him legally, and it should be okay. And on the other hand, he's saying Biden's trying to kill me, and that's wrong.
So we're back to the same old thing, Duncan. The Republican Party seemed to have this MO of, well, the rules are the rules intended to wait. Who's gonna have a problem now? You know, like, oh wait, no, the rules are set to be against those people, but not us. Right? I mean, we see it time and time again. I feel like every week we're actually talking about that in some way, shape, or form or another, you know?
Well, that's just how conservatives think. It's the law should protect me but not bind me, and then everybody else that I don't like, it should bind them and not protect them. Right? It's the whole It's the whole George Orwell thing from Animal Farm. Some animals are more equal.
Right. Do unto others as you would want done unto them, but not to you.
Right?
Like, there's a little twisty thing that's happening there.
Yeah, Buddha and Jesus, you made it too simple. It's nuanced.
Right. What they really meant was
kill anybody you want, just not me. Oh, man.
Because some animals are more equal than others.
Right. Well...